Fate is always in one's own hands. People should not place all their hopes on ghosts and gods. Just as I was pondering how to deal with this troublesome spirit, I suddenly heard Miao Qianqian shouting outside the house. She asked if there was a luxury car parked at the door, and if there were bodyguards in black guarding it, wondering if something big had happened. I turned around and said impatiently, "Little girl, stop talking nonsense. That's the big boss visiting my shop. Don't you have classes in college? Don't always come to me for no reason." At this moment, Miao Qianqian suddenly picked up a wrinkle needle and asked casually, "Are those supernatural things you told me about really effective?" "They are definitely effective, but the effects are slow. And you have to have a positive mindset, be proactive and devout in your actions. But destiny is always in your own hands. People should not place all their hopes on ghosts and gods." After hearing this, Miao Qianqian became a little impatient, waved her hand and said, "All right, Yuji, stop talking nonsense. I just have one question for you. Can I bring customers to help us make a fortune?" "Oh no, to earn a lot of money together." Upon hearing these words, I knew that this girl was really eager for money. But revitalizing traditional craftsmanship requires sufficient funds. So I smiled and asked, "What about the customer? Zhao Xiaolu, right? She is now my father's business partner. That sly little vixen is only a few years older than me. I still have to call her by name, Chan Chan." Speaking of Zhao Xiaolu's name, I couldn't help but be surprised. Back in high school, she was our school flower. I didn't expect her to have entered high society now. So I agreed to the business and asked Miao Qianqian to ask her to come to the shop tomorrow. The next afternoon, I looked at the dragon and tiger pattern on my hand, lost in thought, ready to study the finishing touches. At this moment, the door of the shop was suddenly pushed open, and a beautiful woman with a proud demeanor walked in noisily. Seeing that it was Zhao Xiaolu, I quickly stood up and greeted her, complimenting her. "Zhao Xiaolu, you are still so beautiful." But unexpectedly, Zhao Xiaolu responded disdainfully, "Don't try to get close to me. Who would want to associate with you and your group of tattoo freaks? I heard Qianqian talk about you. I thought you were doing big business. Turns out you just opened this crappy shop, specializing in tattoos for second-rate people." Hearing her sarcastic words, I knew that she was still the same. So I didn't bother to say much and straightforwardly asked, "Sis Xiaolu, is there something wrong? Did you encounter any trouble?" Zhao Xiaolu looked around my shop, then said, "I heard that your tattoos can enhance people's destiny, help with their careers and resolve problems. Is it really that amazing? Then why don't you tattoo yourself and make it your signature?" I felt a surge of anger in my heart upon hearing her words. I felt that this woman was here to cause trouble, but I still forced a smile to ease the awkwardness and replied. Before I knew it, this deal was about to fail. Zhao Xiaolu suddenly noticed the dragon and tiger pattern on the table and exclaimed excitedly, "Hey, who's this super big shot who came to your place? That's Zhang Tianbao, right?" Seeing that she could determine this just by looking at the tattoo, I knew that this woman had depth. Before I could say anything, Zhao Xiaolu's attitude made a 180-degree change. She stepped forward and grabbed my hand, saying, "Little Yug, you really hide your talents. You've even made a connection with Zhang Tianbao. As old classmates, you must help me this time. My relationship with my husband has not been good lately. Can you tattoo a design for me that can promote a harmonious marriage and enhance love?" I shook off her hand and thought for a moment before replying, "In your situation, you can tattoo a lotus flower. It symbolizes an uncorrupted love that emerges from the mud. In Buddhism, the lotus flower is considered a symbol of the Western Pure Land, a place where souls are nurtured. The seat of Buddha is also called the lotus seat, representing purity. Lotus flowers mostly have two flowers on one stem. Symbolizing a harmonious relationship and are called twin lotus. But it must be pure. Are you sure you two are truly in love?" Hearing my words, Zhao Xiaolu also felt a little guilty and quickly said, "Well, it's not true love between us. But it's not that I'm impure, it's because that guy has another woman outside. I must snatch him back, otherwise my position won't be secure. Then I can't help you anymore. This is just enhancing your luck, adding fuel to the fire on the existing basis. One of you is driven by wealth, the other by desire, without even a foundation of emotions. How can it help to enhance love? Hearing me say this, Zhao Xiaolu immediately became anxious and pinned me against the table, seductively saying, "Brother, can't you really help me? If it's really not possible, can you see if there's a vacancy somewhere? I can't become a young mistress, how about being your secretary?" Seeing her face getting closer, I quickly raised my hand to stop her and said, No, I can't accommodate you, the Supreme Buddha." At this moment, I thought of the cub demon I just took out from Zhang Tianba's picture. Suddenly, an idea came to mind and I said, "You're lucky, I still have one more method." Hearing my words, Zhao Shiliu's eyes immediately lit up and she excitedly asked, "I knew it! I could tell you were hiding something. That Zhang Tianba must be extraordinary if he can come to find you. Quickly tell me." I looked at the ink tube in my hand and hesitated for a while before saying, "Do you know about raising a little ghost? I happen to have one in my hand. I can get a little ghost to possess you. But this method is malicious and may shorten your life, but the effect is definitely dominant." Upon hearing this, Zhao Xiaolu didn't care about anything else and gritted her teeth, saying, "Seeking fortune in danger, if that mistress takes over, I'll be ruined. It's the same as being dead." I sighed and didn't say much, letting her take off her shirt and lie on the bed.